Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with a BODMAS question, and this has been kindly supplied by St. David's Marist Inanda. And with that in mind, let's dive straight in. Right, so we've got this really hectic looking expression that they've asked us to calculate or simplify. And we see there's lots of stuff happening. There's some brackets, there's a cube, there's a square root. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this nifty tool called BODMAS in order to help us out to calculate this and get the correct answer that the examiner is looking for. Right, so starting with the B, which is brackets, we can see that there is a bracket over here, but it's not quite the bracket that we're supposed to solve first. That bracket is there because we can see there is a cube that's happening in the top. Right, so we're going to move on. There's no bracket, so we move on to O, which is of. There isn't any of, so we can move on to exponents. Now, exponents refer to both actual exponents, so positive exponents, or exponents bigger than 1. So that's going to be your cube. That's on the left-hand side. And then it also refers to square roots, cube roots, and things like that. So let's mark in all of the exponents we need to deal with first. So it's going to be this bracket over there, and it's going to be this square root of 64. And that's going to be our first step. And it'll make this whole thing look a lot simpler straight away. So we're going to keep that that 4 there, and we're going to keep the -2 there as well. And we're going to keep the bracket because remember, this -2 is multiplying whatever this result is. Okay, so -2 cubed is going to be -2 times -2 times -2. So minus and a minus is a plus times another minus, which keeps it a minus. 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2, which is 8. And then we've got a times 4 plus 7 minus, and we're going to simplify that square root of 64. 8 times 8 is 64, therefore the square root of 64 must be 8. And that deals with all of our exponents. We don't have any more exponents to do. Now let's move on to D, division. There isn't any division, so we can move on to multiplication. And there's a few multiplication steps that we need to take. There is a -2 times -8, all right, and that's going to be further multiplied by that times 4, and those are the only multiplication steps that we need to worry about. So I'm going to break it down into 2 steps. So I'm going to keep that 4 there. Now I've got a -2. Remember that minus belongs to the 2. So -2 times -8. So the minus and a minus become a plus, okay? And then we've got 2 times 8, which is going to give us 16. And we've got times 4 plus 7 minus 8. Right, now we've got one more step in terms of multiplication to do, and that's going to be the 16 times 4. Right, so we're going to keep that 4 there, and it's going to be plus 16 times 4. So it's going to be plus, because it's a plus times a plus. 16 times 4 gives us 64 plus 7 minus 8. Right, so now we've dealt with all of the multiplication. That's a tick. And all we've got left to do is addition and subtraction. Now notice I've included addition and subtraction in the same color. So it doesn't matter which order you do it in. You can actually move from left to right now. So let's do that together. So we're going to have 4 plus 64, which is 68, plus 7, which is 75, minus 8, which is going to be 67. And that is going to give us the final answer to this particular question. Very special thank you to our sponsors for making this video possible. Be sure to read all about them in the description below. Head over to our website for more of these epic tutorial videos. If you can't find the answer to your question, remember you can send it to us and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time.